I'm not the boss, I'm the leader.
You're the leader? But your voice still cracks.
I'm the oldest and I'm a warrior, so I'm the leader.
The son of Chief Hakoda and the late Kaya, after his mother's death, he was left to be raised by his grandmother Kana. His father, Chief Hakoda, left to go fight in the war. His father didn't only leave him to protect his sister. His father left him to become a leader, and he left him with the right mindset, the right ambitions, the right tools to become an outstanding leader. We're talking about Sokka of the Water Tribe. And what makes him a great leader? You see, throughout the entirety of The Last Airbender, it's commonly known that Aang is seen as the leader of the group. And that's simply for the fact that he is the Avatar. But if Aang wasn't the Avatar, who would truly be the leader? Of course it would be Sokka. Of course. Aang is great and all, and he's a great protagonist, but let's be honest, Aang does not possess all of the characteristics that it would take to be a great leader. But he does possess the characteristics to be a great Avatar, and that's what he was. But Sokka, he is a great leader. I'm going to be referencing a few episodes from the series, and if you are truly an Avatar Last Airbender fan, you'll know all of them. So what makes a great leader anyways? Well, one characteristic of a great leader is clarity. Clarity is having a clear and concise view of what the mission is. You don't always have to know exactly how to accomplish it, but knowing what it is the first step. And in one of the episodes where Sokka shows the best example of clarity is actually the Jet episode. You see, Sokka knew what the mission was, and he knew straight off of meeting Jet and straight off of catching the vibe that Jet holds that their intentions didn't connect. Their intentions weren't going to lead them down the same path. One path was going to lead them to clarity and love, and the other path was going to lead them to confusion and death. Another characteristic that leaders house is decisiveness, meaning that once they've made up their mind, like a house on a strong foundation, their mind won't be shaken easily. And you see, that is not to be confused with stubbornness, a trait that someone like Katara actually houses. Decisiveness and stubbornness differ because of the previous point. Stubbornness is wanting your way on the sake of emotion, which in this episode with Jet, Katara did that. So decisiveness in a leader is strictly dependent on their clarity. And for the next trait that Sokka has that makes him a great leader is courage. I'm going to take us back to the first episode, well actually the second episode of The Last Airbender, The Avatar Returns. In this episode, you see Zuko come and confront the Water Tribe. You see Aang, the Avatar, who wasn't ready to take upon the mantle of being the Avatar, hiding for a few moments. Who do you see on the front line charging to protect his people? You didn't see Aang at first. You saw Sokka. And even though he utterly got destroyed, I mean, bad, and it was hilarious, this was just a building block to show his courage. Courage is saying, even if there's a slight chance that I can defeat him and I can save my people, I'm going to take it. Not because I am so arrogant that I feel as though I can beat a fire god or the Prince of the Fire Nation, but it is because I have someone that I love that I need to protect no matter what, that I put them before myself. With this next trait that Sokka's character holds that makes him an amazing leader, this one didn't come but till a little later in the series. You see, we see Sokka from the first episode being kind of arrogant but a little bit insecure with his jokes about his sister and the bending and all of that. You see, in the beginning of the series, Sokka made it seem like he was too good for bending. But nearing the end of the series, he realizes that bending might have been too good for him. The trait that I am talking about is humility. Sokka learned a lesson of humility in this episode when he realizes that he cannot bend. When he realizes that everyone seems to be just a little bit more important than he is. That he didn't have anything to contribute in the time of action. That humbled him. And humility is important for becoming an amazing leader. But it's this last trait that makes him a great leader, who he is. It's his passion. Passion is the last trait. Passion is what drove him to, even when he felt unimportant, even when he felt like he wasn't needed, he still had to go and learn. Not for himself and for his own ego, but in order to contribute to the cause. Sokka went and learned from a master swordsman and became a master at something. And that was huge character development for him. It led him to making his father proud in the Day of Black Sun. You see, without that episode, moments like Sokka and his father being so proud of him would have never have happened. Sokka is an amazing leader, truly one to be studied. If you're an Avatar: Last Airbender fan, I make videos just for you. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other Avatar: The Last Airbender video, and to give this one a like. Braze, braze.